And now to Obamacare. It is putting small business owners on edge. Many say they just can't pay for it, that it is causing skyrocketing health care costs. Sam Facchini is the owner of Metro Pizza in Las Vegas with 200 employees. He says being forced to provide health insurance for hundreds of employees is going to kill him financially. Does that mean layoffs? Sam joins us. Good evening, Sam.
Hi, Greta. How are you?
I'm very well. So as I understand it, Sam, you provide some health insurance now for some employees, but that with Obamacare that things will change dramatically for you. Tell me.
Well, most of our employees actually are younger and in their teens or in their 20s, and they really choose not to have any health care coverage, or they choose not to pay for any. And with the new law coming into effect in 2014, all of that, as we all know, will change. And we have a $2,000 per employee tax or penalty that we will have to pay, and that is just something that is extremely difficult for a business like ours that's a high employee, labor-intense business and a low profit per employee business to be able to manage properly.
So the viewers understand a little bit, this has been a family business how many years?
My cousin and I have owned this business for 32 and a half years. We've been in town since 1980.
Have you ever laid off people?
We have never had a layoff, despite all of the peaks and valleys of the economy and all the different challenges that we've been faced. We've made it a point to never lay anyone off, and we really don't look forward to the possibility of that either. We're going to see what we can do in other ways, but there's only really two major areas that we could work with a cost like this, and that would be our cost of goods sold or our labor.
In terms of this change, have you calculated how much the Obamacare will probably cost you, number one? And number two, to figure it out and to keep the records, are you going to have to hire someone, or do you know this? How are you going to handle that?
Well, that's another problem with the way the bill is written, is that they're calling a full-time employee a 30-hour-per-week employee. And in our industry, there are flexible hours, and in our company, many people have flexible hours, and that's one of the attractions of coming to work in a restaurant. And of the 13 million restaurant employees around the country, that's one of the major attractions, is that you can have flexible hours. What that means is that you can one week have 25 hours, and another week you may be up to 35 or more. How you stay in compliance with the law is going to be difficult for a company like ours to be able to understand and maintain, because those hours keep going up and down. We would actually have to hire someone that just watches over that, and because we would want to, of course, stay in compliance with the law. But it makes it very difficult, besides the cost involved. To go back to your first question, the cost to us, to our company, would be about an additional $300,000, which, quite frankly, I'm not sure how we're going to be able to pay for that without doing some other dramatic things to the way we put together our company and the way we have our financial model structured.
Wait, did you go to a White House meeting about Obamacare? I thought that at some point that you were one of the members that went to the White House. Is that right?
I was fortunate to be part of a group of members of the industry that were asked by the White House to come in, and to their credit, they wanted to know, this was over 18 months ago, they wanted to know how this bill, the way it was written, the way the regulations were put together, might impact our industry. And we were able to share with them, and they were very interested in hearing what it was about the way the bill was written that could cause our industry some concern.
Did they do anything, though, as a result of the meeting? Did they change anything or make it easier?
Well, you know, I honestly don't know what the outcome, the ultimate outcome of that was. They're still writing regulations, but some of what we were talking about were kind of hardwired into the law, and I think they really needed to try and understand what some of the impacts of these regulations would be on an industry like ours, which is a labor-intensive industry.
Well, it's a bad time to do it after it's hardwired in to bring people in to talk about it, to figure out how to affect it. That's sort of a lousy time. I hope that they do something and that it wasn't just a photo op with a lot of small business owners. And I'm taking the last word on that, Sam.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.